My parents kept my true identity from me, and now I found out I am the inheritor to billions of dollars. My life now makes sense after understanding what those vague descriptions meant. Now, David and Linda's story makes a lot more sense. Given their exorbitant wealth, I have trouble believing that both of them were loving and hard-working people. Instead, turns out, with a forgotten life and plenty of money, both my parents are able to effortlessly provide the best for me. If a parent doesn't elaborate on their simpler times, what good would it do to their child? A child only cares if they feel a grip over them when being tossed into a void, which is exactly how I was raised. My school life revolved around making new friends and riding my bike, neither of which makes worrying about a life or death sort of situation make sense. If you aren't, we urge you to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on the best stories plastered across the internet and documentaries. Video essays have become so much more entertaining and life-changing, all with just the click of a button. Yet, as time passed, I began to see small details here and there that seemed off. For instance, there were no family photos from when they were young, no stories of childhood escapades, or even family get-togethers. They did not mention any grandparents or relatives, and we did not go anywhere for the holidays. I thought this meant they had poor relations or preferred isolation. After all, some people do not have an ideal family background. What I did not know was that the tapestry of concealment surrounding my existence started to loosen at the age of 21. It started with me wanting to go to the attic to look for some old books. While looking there, to my surprise, most of the items there being toy and Christmas decorations were packed away in boxes. My attention was caught by a metal box with a lock as it was stashed away across the room. The key was not readily available, though. So my curiosity led me to checking cupboards, and much to my surprise, after finding the key, I started appreciating my father's desk a lot more. I opened the package and my hands shook. There were papers inside, faded photos, birth certificates, some legal documents, and an official letter which I couldn't place. My heart began to race as I sifted through them. The certificate didn't belong to me, or at the very least, not the one that I am used to. The document was stating that I was Julian Sinclair, instead of Julian Walker, which was the name that I had claimed all of my life. I was shocked at first, then discovered even deeper unsettling information. There were legal documents suggesting a custody arrangement that shifted my custody from a family named Sinclair alongside my parents, David and Linda Walker. Accompanying the documents was an old photo of a mansion with a Sinclair estate, captioned at the back. A shiver slowly went down my spine. Who were the Sinclairs? Why did my parents try to conceal my identity from me? A myriad of questions surfaced within my mind, and I felt a peculiar rush of excitement and fear. Grabbing the papers, I sprinted downstairs to give my parents a piece of my mind. They have always been truthful to me, or at least I believed so. But the moment I started asking them questions, they regarded each other in a manner I have never seen before. Guilt along with sorrow. Why did you lie to me? Who am I? I inquired with a broken shout. My mother's eyes welled with tears, and my father, with a heavy sigh, sunk to the chair almost as if the weight of the world was resting on his shoulders. We did it to protect you, she whispered. The silence that came after my mother spoke was drowning. I was there, waiting for them to explain while my heart raced. My father rubbed his temples like he was trying to gather the energy to talk. My dear son, we did not deceive you, began my father. All the strength in his body seemed to have dissipated as he spoke. We simply did not provide you the entire truth. The documents I had in hand seemed to burn with intensity. Then tell me now, I demanded. Who are the Sinclairs, and what is the reason behind you changing my name? My mother reached towards me, her shaking hands revealing her internal fears and trauma. The Sinclairs are your biological family, my mother said while releasing a soft sigh. You were born Julian Sinclair, heir to one of the wealthiest and most influential families in the country. An unprecedented wave crashed into me, leaving me devoid of answers. Then, why did you take me? Why did you conceal this information from me? With all the strength my father's body could muster, he leaned towards me with eyes full of pleading emotion. Because your life was at stake, he said. The Sinclair family, it is not solely about money. It also rests on the idea of power. There was a power struggle in the family, a dangerous one. When you were born, your biological parents had a lot of wealth which made them feel helpless for your safety. They set up a plan in which us adopting you and keeping you away from that world would help safeguard your life. And we did it. My mind raced. The context within my life completely spinned out of control with the mention of a possible hidden heir, solely because of the power and danger dynamics that came into play. At every junction of my life, I believed that nothing out of the ordinary would happen, But now there is the mention of being part of a secretive and rich empire. What is the meaning of this? So what? You want me to pretend as if I was never alive in the first place, and you renaming me is somehow normal? My mother wiped a tear from her cheek. This was the most difficult decision we had to make, Julian. We did it to protect you. The kind of power and violence that the Sinclairs possess is unimaginable. Had they known where you were, they would have used you as a pawn in their games. I looked and stared at them, feeling a cocktail of confusion, anger, and betrayal. But now they do know. They have to, or else what is the purpose of you telling me this? My father nodded, his demeanor stone. Yes, he said, relenting. There is some activity regarding you, and it's clear that someone from the Sinclair family has found out. They know you are alive, and they want you back. The weight of their words started to turn upon me. Everything I had envisioned my life to be was grossly different, and now it felt like the world I had been shut from was closing in on me. It was frightening. If my parents were right, I was entering an incredibly perilous realm where money and control surpassed the importance of family or love. Why would they pick me? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. My father's look was a blend of pity and determination. You are the one who can claim the Sinclair fortune, he said. But, more importantly, you are the figurehead of the Sinclair legacy. Whoever possesses you is able to claim legitimacy, dominion over the family's assets and power. Hence, they would go to extreme lengths to drag you back into their fold. But why now? I replied, a cocktail of anger and fear. Why now of all times? Because the family is ripping apart at the seams. My mother said, the patriarch, your grandfather, is on his deathbed. The family is chaotic, deciding who to place control over. They want you, Julian, because your lineage gives you a reality, a claim that none of them can even try to contest. My head raced with the enormity of it all. For 21, I had experienced a calm and mundane life, completely oblivious to the term that was waiting on the horizon. And now, I am being brought into the eye of that storm, not as a naive spectator, but as a crucial component. What shall we do? I asked, staring at my parents. My father's face hardened. We keep you safe, he said. We make sure that if you decide to face the Sinclairs, you do it on your terms, not theirs. But how? I spoke. I do not know anything regarding this world, for I do not even know who these people are. We have already taken some steps, my mother said. Oh, we have been preparing for this moment, in case it ever came. But Julian, understand me clearly, this is dangerous. My mother interrupted. If you step into this world, there's no going back. A chill ran down my spine, for my quiet life had been ripped away, and in its place was a new world blooming, filled with mystery, intimidation, and intrigue. But in addition to the fear, sprouts of curiosity, a drive, and a need to understand what lay beneath. A need to uncover the truth regarding my life and the family who had tried to keep me a secret. I want to know the truth, I said finally, my voice steady. I want to face them. The days that followed were a whirlwind of preparation. My parents, who had lived so cautiously and quietly for my entire life, revealed a network of contacts and resources they had kept hidden. They connected me with Marcus, a private investigator with a background in corporate espionage. Marcus had been keeping tabs on the Sinclair family for years, at my parents' behest, preparing for the day when this confrontation would become inevitable. We met in a dimly lit office where he told me the details, which were, to say the least, blunt. The Sinclair family is a dynasty, he spoke. They have wealth and powerful empires, political influence, and a large group of zealous followers willing to do anything to keep the family in power. But your grandfather, the patriarch, is in a dying state, and with him comes new factions are forming within the family. Your return is more than a matter that concerns your family. It is a matter regarding the balance of power within the family.